Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Construction worker feared dead after house collapses in Pembroke Hall. The body of a construction worker is believed to be trapped on the rambles after a house he was reportedly working on collapsed in Pembroke Hall, St. Andrew on Monday morning. The Duhaney Park police were currently at the location with an excavator is being used to remove the rubble to locate the man's body. His identity and cause of the building collapses are yet to be revealed. 27-year-old man charged with murder of businessman in Westmoreland. A 27-year-old was charged for reportedly shooting a man to death and the injuring of two others during an armed robbery. The robbery occurred in Deans Valley, Westmoreland on Sunday, October 8. Charged with murder, robbery with aggravation, wounding with intent, and using a firearm to commit a felony is Nevardo Scarlett, otherwise called Nick, of York District, Betheltown in the parish. He is being charged with the murder of 52-year-old Tian, otherwise called Ken, a businessman of Deans Valley, Westmoreland. Reports from the Wheaton police are that about 12 p.m., Ken was at a store when armed men entered demanding money. The men reportedly opened fire at Ken and the other two men before making their escape with cash and other items. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, the men were seen with gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital, where Ken was pronounced dead and the others admitted. On Wednesday, November 1, a team of police officers on special operations apprehended Scarlett and was placed into custody. He was later charged on Sunday, November 5th. He is to appear at the Westmoreland Parish Court on Tuesday, November 14. Work to begin on St. James to Westmoreland roadway. The National Works Agency (NWA) said repair works will begin on Monday on a section of the St. James to Westmoreland roadway, which is currently the scene of a demonstration. "We are going to start today. We have mobilized the equipment, so they are en route from the St. James area," stated the Community Relations Officer for the NWA Western Region, Janet Ricketts. Ricketts outlined the scope of work for the $17 million project. "We are going to be patching some sections of the road, and then for other sections that are in the worst condition, we are going to be removing soft spot, doing base work, and reshaping those surfaces of the roadway, and then asphalting them," stated Ricketts. "We also have drainage work yet to be done through the construction of the V-drain and also curve and channel drain," added Ricketts. From as early as 4:30 Monday morning, residents mainly in Hanover, who were later joined by a passenger bus, and taxi operators blocked a section of the roadway in the vicinity of Chester Castle in Hanover and Macfield in Westmoreland. The roadway is the main gateway between the city of Montego Bay to St. James Southern, Hanover Eastern, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth. The peaceful protesters used trees, old vehicles, appliances, debris, and other items to block the roadway, leaving students, tourists, and people heading to work stranded. The protesters say they will not burn tires on the road as they do not want to make the situation with the road worse. One of the protesters, who gave his name as Cedric, said the police and the military are on location trying to clear the road, but are having challenges as the residents are adamant that they will continue their actions until they get answers. Judge denies proposal to determine integrity of phone recordings in Beachy Stout trial. Supreme Court Judge Justice Chester Stamp Monday morning shut down a proposal from defense lawyers to have a voir dire conducted to determine whether or not phone recordings from one witness should become admissible in the Everton Beachy Stout McDonald and Oscar Barnes murder trial in the Home Circuit Court in Kingston. The trial will continue. There will be no voir dire, Stamp declared a short moment ago, clearing the way for a new witness to take the stand at 2 p.m. Courtney Rowe, one of the four attorneys representing Beachy Stout, pushed for it to help determine the integrity of the voice recordings that allegedly contain conversation between Beachy Stout and Delavan Minto, a witness in the case. Rowe raised questions about the chain of custody of the device which was used to capture and store over 100 phone recordings. Prosecutor Sophia Rowe argued that there was no clear-cut reason why the recordings should not become admissible, and Judge Stamp seemed to agree based on his ruling that the trial must go on. The two accused in the matter are on trial for the July 2020 murder of Tony McDonald, who was Beachy Stout's second wife. Gender equality is an intrinsic human right, says Grange. Minister of Gender, Entertainment and Sport Olivia Bobbsey Grange says Jamaica is guided by principles that gender equality is an intrinsic human right that the foundation of democracy, social justice, and good governance. According to a release on Monday, in an address delivered by Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith at the recent inaugural Gender Equality Awards, Green said the philosophies are aligned with Jamaica's commitment to the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action and the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. It is more than a core objective, but an important instrument for achieving inclusive, sustainable development in keeping with the global call, Planet 50/50 by 2030, Step It Up for Gender Equality, the minister says, adding that she was proud to lead the Jamaican delegation to represent the 8th periodic CJOR report to the UN Committee in Geneva, Switzerland on October 12, 2023. This is strategically aligned with Goal 5 of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and in keeping with our efforts to promote the achievement of gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls. This is also evidence of Jamaicans' commitment to the global movement of gender equality, Grinch further stated. The minister also underscored that at the center of mainstreaming gender equality in national development plans, policies, programs, and related activities are the following: the mutually dependent roles of women and men, and the understanding that one cannot be changed without affecting the other, and gender issues must be addressed across all sectors, as they are not only community related but must also be addressed at the policy level as well as institutional and delivery system levels. Gender equality can be considered as the goal of socio-economic and political power sharing between men and women through equal access to all resources and institutions. This means creating an enabling environment in which women and men are free to develop their full potential and benefit equally from the country's resources in a non-discriminatory manner. It also means that adequate considerations are made for gender differential needs of persons to be considered, valued, and favored equally, Grange further stated. Grange also argued that issues such as male underperformance, youth violence, crime and violence are of utmost concern to the government, and that her ministry has prioritized a target focus on boys and men, particularly those most exposed to violence. Those also who are at greater risk of exhibiting poor health-seeking behavior outcomes, and those who are disproportionately affected by unequal participation in the educational sector at all levels. With increasing awareness and concern around the social issues which affect men and boys in Jamaica, the Bureau of Gender Affairs, through the work of the Male Empowerment Unit, has implemented several MAKE initiatives, programs and strategies in keeping with its targeted focus on men and masculinity, she further stated. Please remember to subscribe, like, share,